ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Awkward Question Time. Please welcome your host, Alex Leam.
Hello, and welcome to Awkward Question Time with me, Alex Leam, the show where we take a panel of comedians and subject them to an hour's worth of awkward and stupid questions. But not all of the questions come from me. Some come from you as well. Submit your questions to the panel. More cringe, the better. And answer along with us. We can get really cringe if you know some of the panel tonight. If you're a friend of one of the panel, you know all their dirty secrets. Air it in the form of a question. Let's make them squirm. Give us a share, retweet, and subscribe on YouTube. My Facebook page and TikTok is at Alex Leam Stand Up. Follow me on Twitter at Alex Leam and search Alex Leam on YouTube. Text the show's Nokia 3310 if you want to text get a question in anonymously. See, we're still on 4 bars. I charged that up in May. Amazing, isn't it? So that's 07852 521327. That's 07852 521327. Go on then, I'll play it again.
Come on, text Awkward Question Time. 07852 52 13 27. 07852 52 13 27.
Can't get enough of the 90s chat lines. Are you watching the replay? If you're not watching us live, let us know where and at what time you're watching. If you are watching us on proper TV, DM me a pic, because I do like seeing this show being in people's front rooms. Call me kinky, but that's just how I'd like to see those pictures. And give us cash, paypal.me/Alex Leam, or scan the QR code there. Any donations will be distributed amongst all the panel. I do tell them not to plan their retirement out of it, because I think the maximum we've given people is 80 pence. And if you are on Amazon and Audible, then I thoroughly recommend this. Of course I do. I wrote it. So, yeah, there we go. That'll be there as a reminder. That had to happen, didn't it? Yeah, that had to happen. Right, so let's bring on tonight's panel in no particular order. Kirsty Lynch, Jimmy Longmuir, May Buffet, and Jack Harris. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening. Excellent. Hello. Jimmy is in a phone booth tonight.
Yes, I am.
Excellent. Can you tell us where you are specifically, Jimmy?
I'm in Edinburgh in the Royal Mail, and I was hoping to do this from a venue, your venue for the Fringe, but I'm a failure on that front, so I've decided to just retreat to a phone box and do the show from in here.
Okay, that's nice. So the did you go to both venues and they said no?
I was in the Cannons Gate. I'm actually due to performing a gig there. I should be in there just now, and I double booked myself, but I didn't ask anybody in Cannons Gate because all the rooms were kind of looked full, and I'd found a phone box where I got a reception, and I thought, right, this will do.
So I don't know if anyone.
It's not even the smallest Fringe venue I've ever performed in.
No, it really isn't. No, there was the back of a transit van, which was a Fringe venue a few years ago. I don't know if anyone remembers this. If you went out, it was parked in Grassmarket. So it's like you were in there. There's like 3 chairs. So you had an audience of 3, which some days I would have killed for. And then it felt more like a hostage situation, like you've been caught by the child catcher.
But we don't talk about that after what happened.
Nice. We're just saying before we came on air, I don't know if anyone is of a similar age to myself, but if you remember Noel's House Party, it's got a vibe like this, because there used to be a game where he put this random call box somewhere, and if you were the first there, then you'd be then live on TV. And no, just me then. Okay, just the top row.
I remember.
Just the top row of people are in their 40s. Okay.
I weren't far off, personally. But...
You weren't far off? Okay. So, Jimmy, you've told us yourself also now you can tell us what the minimum price for a phone call is now.
It's 60 pence. Can you believe it? 60 pence. In Scotland? I mean, no wonder nobody uses them anymore.
They do.
Yeah, they do, but...
Use them as a toilet because it's cheaper than the train station.
Yeah, that's a point. And a bit more convenient as well if you've ever tried to navigate Waverley Station to go for a piss. It's like an N.C. Escher painting. Well,
It's
that got
alright for
high
you-
ground,
Joe,
didn't it?
It's alright for you guys that aren't in a fucking phone box right now.
Can you grab your phone and just show us a little bit of the Royal Mile if we full screen you?
I can
So
indeed,
if we-
yeah.
Yeah, so solo layout. There we go. There we are. Royal Mile in all of its damp glory.
And we even provided rain for you, yeah.
Now it feels like August.
The real Scottish experience. Mm.
Absolutely. Because I'm back at Canonsgate, so like down the Royal Mile. So it was really weird, like a month after the Fringe ended last year, seeing my venue again as part of the Queen's funeral. Because they paraded her coffin up the Royal Mile with all of the royal family then walking behind it. And then he just got this bloke just popping his head up going, "Get the fuck, Andrew, you sweaty nuts." And then he then gets pulled off and then turned down an alleyway for a good shoeing by the Edinburgh Rozzers. It was hilarious.
Well, do you know,
It didn't happen to be this alleyway, was it?
It might have been. There's loads like that. Loads like that.
I was actually there and we were coming up the alleyway when he was getting pulled by the police.
Was it? Oh.
Yes. And my friend, nosy bitch, took a picture and she's like, this is something. I just know it is. And it did turn out that she managed to get the guy actually getting to jail. So, yeah, it was something.
But part of me did cheer, though, that he was heckling Andrew. That was just, I thought, God bless you, sir. God bless you. Right, so let's get to the comments. People choking already. George Coppin, first one here, committed. George typed that before we went on air. So that is how committed George is. Ian Bowden, fresh blood. I don't know if he's talking about this show or if he's having a Nam flashback. George, nice to see Jimmy has upgraded his home. Have you two got history? Has he been around? Have you lured into your house before?
I tried.
Sorry, my head's still in Prince Andrew territory. Yeah. And George has submitted a question already. We'll get to the viewer questions in due course, but we'll get with our first one proper tonight. We start nice and easy. What is your musical guilty pleasure? So, what songs, which might be considered a bit naff, do you listen to the most? I can tell you what mine are straight away, because they're on. I even have a guilty pleasures playlist, which includes the dance remix of the Tetris theme, which was out about 30 years ago by Dr. Spin, and also Them Girls by Zig and Zag. So
that's a belter.
But Zig and Zag are proper quality, yeah.
That is a good song, man.
Zig and Zag are
I
amazing.
don't feel guilty about Zig and Zag at all.
Don't look me.
Yeah, that first song was better than most stuff that Reel to Reel came out with. It was
It was Reel to Reel. It was Derek Murillo.
Oh, they're right. Okay.
Yeah.
And Zig's backing vocals were bang on. Absolutely. Amazing. So, musical guilty pleasures. Jimmy, will come to you first because of the phone box. He just draws the attention.
Well, I don't know. I used to hate GBX in Scotland. Like, we've got a thing called GBX. Kirsty will know about it, man. He's a shout out to GBX. And my girlfriend Lorraine fucking loves GBX and loves every second song. Right, is basically something that shouldn't have ever been made. Like, but I love GBX now, like because of Lorraine, and that's my guilty pleasure. And it's hard to describe like how bad some of the music actually is, but it's a lot of fun, especially when they stop halfway through to hear some wee guy in our house going, "He's a shout out for my sister Sharon and my uncle Alec and my dad's doing the pub." Like it's...
No, the worst is when they request a song and they go, "My granny loves this," and you're like, "I grew up with that." Do you know what I mean? Because in Scotland, grannies could be 28, you know. So, So I
just gonna get me calculator. Right.
no, technically.
Technically.
So it's GBX is my guilty pleasure. It's kind of like the Venga Boys on acid.
I want to hear it now.
I'm pretty sure the Venga Boys were an acid anyway, weren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah.
That would explain a lot, Jack. That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
So GBX, Maeve, your musical guilty pleasure. Now we've established Zig and Zag's cool, which I'm happy that you said that. Your musical guilty pleasure.
They're very inspired to me when I was younger. Well, I don't think in Ireland this is a guilty pleasure, but I realised that when I brought some Irish music over to the UK, people thought I was fucking nuts. So we have a few, like there was a song in Ireland that was #1 for about 8 weeks solid, and it's called Jumbo Breakfast Roll. And it is a song about a big solid sausage sandwich. And again, I would have that on if I was going running because it's got a really good beat to it. And I remember like putting on a party mix once and that came on. I just remember like 2 people looking at me like, what the fuck is this? Like it's
looking it up.
Top. Yeah.
The Jumbo Breakfast Roll by Pat Short.
Yeah.
There's several remixes as well available on Spotify. So that Jumbo Breakfast Roll, look it up. That's on the to listen list when we're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something I wouldn't make up. Do you know what I mean?
well, no, I'm intrigued. I'm enthralled. Jack, what about you? I see you've got a stack of CDs behind you.
Yeah, well, that's not all my DVDs and books and stuff like that I never get round to doing watching. But anyway, I digress. I think the most recent guilty pleasure I had, and I absolutely hate myself for enjoying this song. It's Harry Styles' new one, that Late Night Talking. Honestly, like
I hate you for enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm a proper like pretentious kind of person when it comes to music, and I'm really what's the word, obnoxious and all that shit when it comes to music. But for some reason, that song, whenever I hear it at the radio, every strength of my body wants me to actually kick my car radio in. But I literally just turn up. I just can't help myself. I just think it's fantastic. And there's also another song. So I'm not a huge fan of heavy metal, by this Nordic heavy metal band group called Enziferum. And they do a song called Battle Song, and it's literally just talking about a Viking battle. And again, I'm not a huge heavy metal fan, but whenever I hear that, whenever I feel like I need to try and accomplish something quick time, I just play that song. I just think it's absolutely that's it, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic.
Enziferum.
Yeah.
I think we might have to put out an official Awkward Question Time playlist now made up of all of these.
Yeah. Enziferum. It's called Battle Song. It's everything that I hate about music. I'm not a huge heavy metal fan, even though I'm from Birmingham, even though we've got a connection that. But yeah, I just love it. I think it's brilliant.
On their most popular is In My Sword I Trust, One Man Army, La La Hey, Andromeda and Twilight Tavern.
Yeah.
So all the classics.
Yeah. I think they've done their best to find a very.
I'm hoping
very
Lala Hay was there.
Audience, yeah.
And so okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm right next to
I'm hoping Lala Hay was their brief intro into pop.
Yeah. I'd Justin Bieber try and produce it or something.
I'd love to play a bit, but I'm already in hot water with the Facebook copyright roses, so I don't want to tempt fate. Just thinking back, this brings together again Irish music with guilty pleasures. When I was 15, I was mildly obsessed with The Cause.
I did love them.
That's fair.
I didn't realise what a massive bell end gym call would turn out to be. But in fairness, my hormones were raging, and it wasn't him I was interested in. So.
No one cared about Jim.
No one cared. That's why he's now lashing out at Twitter and getting owned by Jedward, who seemed to be the voice of reason in Irish music at the moment. Which is mad. Kirsty, what about
We've
you?
fallen hard. We've fallen.
You could tell that the core's parents just said, you're not going to do this unless you just take your brother with you. It's one of these situations.
Let your brother play.
Well, mine, I think I've kind of been thinking about this, and there's quite a few guilty pleasures that I have, but I think the one that I would have to mention is at any family party. It's a Beautiful Sunday by Daniel Boone, also known as the Slosh. So you go to any Scottish party, you've got to do the Slosh, and that's the song.
I might be wrong, but I think there's a GBX remix of that.
There is. There's a GBX.
Yeah, that Daniel Boone.
Yeah. I don't know if that's the one. It's the 1972 version.
See if you ever see any of my photographs. If you ever see any of my photographs at parties, at least 50% of people are doing the slosh to that song. That's a window into life in Scotland.
I thought there'd be a lot more sort of like well-known naff stuff, but this all seems to be quite cool. Your guilty pleasures that I'm getting tonight. They all seem to have. I mean, I'm still trying to process the song about a breakfast roll. So I mean that is something else.
And you think that song sounds cool?
It does a bit, and also I now have to admit to liking Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. That stuck in my head for about a year.
Oh no, that one I can't stand. That one.
I have a sort of weird sort of relationship with that song. It sort of stuck in my head and wouldn't leave. It was living there rent free. I had the same thing with it's only been popular these last couple of Christmases. Feliz Navidad. You know the Spanish song.
Yeah.
It's still in my head now. Christmas was 26 weeks ago. But I still find myself going, Feliz Navidad. Oh God, no! Here we go again. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. and on it goes. I have my guilty pleasures playlist up now, which I've actually named after myself. And it's public as well, so you can go look for this. So the first are on there are Them Girls, Zig and Zag, Tetris, Dr. Spin, Wonder Man by Right Said Fred, the song they wrote for Sonic 3. And oh God. Picture of You by Boyzone from the Mr. Bean soundtrack. Okay. I'm plumbing new depths now. Let's get back to the comments. Ian Bowden, maybe a different definition of guilty pleasure, but I regularly enjoy giving people in the shop an annoying earworm playing Disney It's a Small World. So Ian's an earworm dealer, is what he's saying. Wait, there's a Mr. Bean soundtrack. Yes, George, there is. From the 1997 film. Boyzone wrote that song for it. There's even a music video where they're all dressed like Mr. Bean and Rowan Atkinson's in the video.
Oh my God, that's just a memory.
They finished with the song, didn't they? In the film, you could the song plays it out, doesn't it? Well, after you've enjoyed a Mr. Bean film, it's only right you get a Boyzone song to literally like end the film.
So, and this original incidental music by Howard Goodall, who scored every comedy from like the 90s as well. Dan Lyeth, Stars Are Blind, Paris Hilton, So Bad It's Good. Paris, the song, or both? Elaborate. George and Dan Ben are starting to have a chat in the comments. They're just saying, hi, Dan. You know each other. Yeah. Text each other. So we've got some questions as well coming in. We've got a text that just says, hi, Alex. This question is for Ollie. Where are you? If you don't know, comedian Ollie, I was going to say Mers then. I've got a mental block on his surname. Clark. Thank you. There we go. Clark. Ollie Clark. Yeah, Ollie Clark's supposed to be here, but just disappeared. So we don't know where you are, Ollie. So blink twice if you don't like me. And he just wanted to back out. So let's go to a viewer question from George. He submitted this question before the show started, which is great. Question: something you can say during sex and at a child's birthday party. That was so shocking, it made Maeve drop her phone. Okay, I'll go first. Big blow. Any advance on that?
Maybe just in my bedroom and my husband will kill me, but could you pass me a cocktail sausage?
Please tell me he's watching.
I hope what? Well, hold on, I'll soon find out. No, I think we're safe.
Nice. Jamie, you're in the traditionally romantic location.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a lot of fun. Let's take it outside.
Are you adding in a fight into like the Venn diagram of sex, kids party, and?
I traditionally don't like to fight children or have sex with them, so like.
I wasn't sure about that, so thanks for clarifying.
That's good to know. 3 years of doing this show, we're still nonce-free. That's good.
You're one up in a lot of comedy things, man.
Yeah. Take that, Top of the Pops. Where were we? Anyone got any more for this one, or shall we move on?
Don't.
You've got it all over your face.
Yeah.
We have a winner.
I gotta try and think of one at least. Don't tell your dad they'll let you do this.
Oh, we're back to noncing again.
Okay. Ian Bowden, if you ran an escape room and someone you hated was taking part, how would you make one of the puzzles impossible to keep them in there while you went to the pub? I've got a funny feeling Ian has got an escape room booked this week with somebody he doesn't like, and he's looking for advice more than anything else. So what would you do to keep somebody in an escape room? I would say that you'd have to type in a password but rearrange the keys. So that would be something mildly annoying. So what sort of puzzle would you make impossible?
That's a good question.
I remember doing one once where it was a pirate-themed one, and they had like a parrot, and the parrot sang like 4 notes, and you could work out the notes on the piano to open something. So what I would do is make it a very out-of-tune piano.
Nice. Yeah. I've never done an escape room. I'm not sure if it's not something that just appealed. I just get I don't want to pay for claustrophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate them.
Right.
I hate them so much.
Why have they gotten so big? I get the feeling, does it just bring out some sort of competitive side, a bit like all-you-can-eat buffets?
I'm quite competitive and I quite enjoy them. Me, my sister, my brother, and my mum went for one, and I don't think any of us were talking to each other by the end of it.
I've got kind of a theory which is somewhat ridiculous. I think they became more popular because of COVID, when we were forced to be inside our homes against our will anyway. I think people just got so used to that. Oh, we can make a game out of this. Then, like, some Burke in America was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to set up a business. It's already an established idea, but let's just set up a business where people go into a room and they try their best to get out of it because they've got 2.5 years experience with it anyway."
That's not even the craziest COVID conspiracy theory I've heard today. So.
I know.
No,
yeah.
we're back to Jim Core again, aren't we? Yeah.
I think I would put some of the clues in helium balloons, but cut the strings so that you just couldn't get at them.
No,
You
no
can just
ladders,
type out-
nothing to climb on.
Nah,
Yeah.
they're just stuck there on the roof.
Type out on a bit of paper. What did Jim Court actually do in the course? The dog would be there all day.
He
No,
looked more useless than Andrew Ridgely.
I'm thinking more of your. I'm trying to think of an actual thing to do, but I'm thinking more of the person who I hate. Because there's a kid at my school who I literally couldn't stand, and I still think to this day he's an absolute prick. He's the kind of person who at school thought he was a lot more intelligent, a lot more attractive, a lot more athletic than what he was, but he was literally none of those things. It was absolutely annoying being around him, thinking he was a lot better than what he was at stuff. So I would just get him into the room and just ask him to write at least 10 things that he doesn't like about himself. Because I think he's that egotistical and arrogant, he would not even think about one. And so I think he would literally be in there and just not bother to write anything, because I think he was too thick to do that anyway. And yeah, that's what I would do.
But if he became a comedian, he'd be out in 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And if you don't have mental health issues at the start of your comedy journey, you will do by about 500 gigs in.
You're here to acquire them.
Yeah.
I was perfectly balanced and needed zero medication before I did my first gig. Look at me now, kids. Look at me now. Ian is given some feedback. He said, between the birthday cake, bukkake, and the out of tune piano, I'm beginning to think Maeve is my spirit panelist. Now is a good time to take a photo if you're watching on your TV and send it in, because that as a caption out of context is just, it's just amazing. If we're talking out of context, now is probably a good time for out of context Graham Whistler.
What to do?
It's out of context, I'm not going to tell you. He gave an explanation a few weeks ago, but I'm still not going to say anything. Keep your questions coming in, or tell us who is your spirit panelist as well. That's a new one we've not had before. We've hit upon this with what Jack was saying. I think it's quite a good time to wheel this one out now. Is there anything you miss about the lockdown days? Well, obviously, it just generally sucked, but was there any element of it that you miss? I quite liked the fact that I was gigging at the same ratio as every other comedian in the country at that point. We were all screwed, so it was a great leveler.
I think for me, I went to work every day, but I could go in my jammies. It was like a party up the top and comfort down the bottom. Nobody knew. And I only had to get up 5 minutes before I started.
Nice. I kind of feel the need to say, are we wearing pajama bottoms at the moment, those of us that are in our houses?
That would be telling.
I'm wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts. So these are grey shorts. Although with the lighting in here, it does look like I'm not wearing a thing. So it just
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh shirt. Just a shirt, let everything dangle.
I'm genuinely wearing swimming trunks.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Because
Speedos?
No, not speed. Literally, like some really cheap ones, about like £2-3. It's because the waistline on them are just so comfy. It's almost impossible not to feel bad in them. So that's why I wore them, because it's just really, really nice and comfy. It's went out a bit of weight, which I actually put on during lockdown. I put on about 4 stone, and they're just really, really comfortable. I don't ever want to get rid of them.
I was about to say, it's either comfies or it's really close to wash day. And
I don't know how to wash. I still live at home with my parents, so my mum does all my washing for me. That's the only thing she does.
I was going to say, with the setup that you've got in your room there, do you solve crimes in your spare time? Everything that you've got pinned up on the wall, I'm thinking next he's going to have some like red string just linking together his train of
What
thought.
that is, that's actually notes from my Edinburgh show that I'm doing.
Oh,
So yeah, but
me, that's organised.
yeah. Well, you know, comedian and organisation, we go hand in hand, don't we? So, but
yeah, tell me about it. I'm only
yeah.
6 months behind in my writing. I'm not worried at all.
What do I personally miss? Going back to food, I think what I miss most is ordering from the takeaway and then just absolutely just overdoing it because there's nothing else to do. But like you'd probably, or I don't know if anyone else did this, but I order about 2-3 times worth more than I'd actually eat because I had absolutely nothing else to do. So all I did was like just eat about 2 or 3 pizzas in a single sitting or something like
that. I do recall sort of like when I was going out for essentials the Domino's Pizza that's in my local town had this conveyor belt of delivery drivers. They didn't even stop. It was just this slow, gradual, you know, like a car on a ghost train. It was like that, but actual cars, and they just put in the pizzas in, and they couldn't cut enough trees down quick enough to make the fucking pizza boxes with. It was insane. So I think Domino's miss it, and I probably think Jeff Bezos misses it as well because I think he became the world's first trillionaire didn't he, during lockdown. If you're a comedian with no mental health problems and you're doing it wrong, says George Coppin. Thanks for the encouragement, George. He also adds Jimmy is 100% wearing PJs. Well, I mean, if you're in Scotland, you can pass them off as golf pants.
Actually, fun fact: people that listen to GBX go to the shops in their pajamas.
Yep.
Do they? Do they?
My husband went to price a job.
That's how you all find each other.
It's like a dating network. We're all now pondering that, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah.
So keep the questions coming in. I think I've had just checking that I did have a message from Dan Lythe who sent me a picture from his telly, which is quite unfortunate pose from me. I do look a bit gormless, so thanks for that, Dan. That's I think they call that unfortunate pause face. We like that. I don't know. I was doing an impression of an unfortunate pause face because I actually did it in real life. Right, next one. Question: have you ever sent a text or an email slagging someone off to the person you're slagging off? I only say this because my fucking watch grassed me up. I don't know if anyone else has got an Apple Watch, but I didn't realise that it's got a lift to wake thing, and for some unknown reason, responded to a text that I just got with words I was saying out loud, and wasn't easy to get out of that one. What about anyone else? Have you accidentally sent somebody a message?
I'm just thinking, did I not send you a text? I wasn't meant to send you the other day, Kirsty.
Yep.
What was it? Yeah.
Oh, this sounds juicy.
I'm going to try and find it. Oh, hold on. Let me just check. I'm just trying to see if it was.
As well, the great acoustics you get if you're in a phone box, because Jimmy sounds really bassy. It's quite. It's quite good.
That's just my authentic Scottish ear.
Nice.
All right, nice. Obviously, isn't it?
Oh, for the door, it's like a helium balloon.
While we're waiting on me finding the text from Jimmy that he shouldn't have sent me, I've received 2 emails in work that were clearly about me, which was interesting. Yeah. And I sent an email to someone about a big boss in my work to him, which was quite interesting, and then had to kid on that I was just in the spirit of being honest and trying to give honest and constructive feedback about his behaviour in a meeting.
Ooh. Did that wash, or was he not having any?
Well, the thing was, it was everything that I was saying was true, so he couldn't really argue with it. But he knew it was clearly not for him, about him. But yeah, it was. We didn't go on very well after that.
Nice. What's your search?
I think that text was quite boring anyway, Kirsty. It was like, do you want to do a gig? And then I got the space filled or some shit. That's what it was.
Something like that.
It was the sorry, there's nothing juicy there, guys. It was just, would you like to do a gig? Sorry, I've got the space filled. I think.
I think that was news. No, okay.
I had an idea for an app which would land a lot of people in trouble, which is an app that would let you hear what the person you're calling is saying before they pick the phone up.
That's a fucking doomsday device.
Because how many times have you picked the phone up and you've gone, oh, what's that fucking idiot want? Hey, Dave, you're right, mate. You're right. You'd soon know who your friends were then.
Yeah.
If you find that one out.
Because I know I've got a strange habit of leaving. So women's clothes don't have pockets. So I usually slam my phone in my bra when I'm doing things. And I have sent so many people voicemails of me going to the toilet.
Whoa!
It's happened like 3 or 4 times. I haven't learned, and I'm not going to stop probably, but I wish I would.
Okay.
It's usually when I'm very drunk as well.
I've FaceTime girls in the toilet.
Yeah.
Like, no shame, but like ex-girlfriends, they say to me, "Are you in the toilet?" Yeah, I'm just finishing off, because like they'd moan at me for not picking up the phone in time, and so I tell them, "Well, you're taking a risk. I might be doing something you might not like, and I'm literally there. Like, I purposely put the phone somewhere so I can wash my hands and then go back and then walk off." And then they're in disgust, but I have no shame about it whatsoever.
Whilst we're touching on the subject, what is the etiquette in terms of talking to somebody if you need a dump?
I'll just go ahead. It depends who it is.
You just go ahead.
It depends who you're talking to. Like, if it's my grandmother that I'm FaceTime, I wouldn't do it with that. If it was like a mate or my brother or like a girl that I'll see, then yeah, I'll do it then.
I pee, but not number 2.
No, number 2 as well.
Oh no, I draw the line. I draw the line.
Sometimes if you do that, it's the flush that gives you away, because then the person on the other end thinks, just go, have you just been for a shit while I've been talking to you? No, honest.
Are you just muted for a second?
Oh, that's what you do. Oh.
In confession mode, if I have a pee while I'm talking to somebody, I will do it in the sink so they won't hear it. And I
do you at least move the dishes first?
No, not a kitchen sink. It's the same as if Lorraine's in the toilet and I need the toilet, I'll use the sink. I'll wash it after. But yeah, I'll do that, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I was just giving me the heebie-jeebies.
I used to work at a theme park, and instead of walking about 5-10 minutes to the toilets, it used to be like an abandoned sink in like our restaurant area that no one ever used. And so men would just always use that as like their toilet for wee. And the most depressive thing as well about that particular sink, they would use it to wash their hands in it afterwards as well.
Oh.
So they'd have a wee when they use the taps at the same time.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not going to say which theme park it is in case it somehow gets back to them.
You've walked in quite a lot of theme parks, so nobody can guess. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you're in the West Midlands, so I could I could hammer a guess at which one it is. Do they have a lot of towers?
No, it's not that one.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, that's a little bit too far out for me. That's like near Staffordshire way.
I don't know if you went to the American Adventure before it shut down, but that was literally a shithole.
I never went to. I've always hated theme parks, even as a kid. So it was quite ironic when I worked there for about 6 years.
Ian Bowden brings new meaning to call log. Oh, Ian. Ian, you absolute beauty. There we go. I was wondering when the first one of those would be wheeled out for the show. Nice. I've forgotten what the original question was now. We're just talking about weird places for pissing and shitting.
It was, have you ever sent a text or an email to someone slagging them off?
That's right. Ashley Partridge, did that guy say here shit's in the sink? Wow. No. Actually.
I've got some principles. It was at least the number one. Give me that.
Yeah. No, I've just remembered that Lee Evans joke about how we shit in a Brita water filter and said, sort that lot out. Ashley then also weirdly went on to say, what's your phone number? I'm hoping that means the text here. It just wasn't asking none of us out. If you want to send a text, there's the phone number 07852 521327. The original number that we had for the first series a couple of years ago, that number went viral and a lot of people sent me abuse, but nobody seems to be doing this time. I even had an anonymous texter every week at the start of the show just text me the same 2 words, you're old. Which is nice. It's lovely, isn't it? So let's have a look what we got here. Ashley is asking, how are you all? What dates you doing in Edinburgh? What dates have you got in Edinburgh? Thanks, everyone. Well, that's a good time to plug it. So Jimmy has been to actually see the venues that I'm in today. So I've got stand-up show Now 40, which is at Cannons Gate at 3:15, and Awkward Question Time live at Burrito and Shake. So what about everyone else? Is everyone else Edinburgh?
I'm hosting a show at the Cocktail Mafia at 6:30 called The Many Colours of Comedy. It's a variety show, and I'm also flying for both the shows that you just mentioned, so I'll be very upset if I don't get to appear in a couple of those shows. We shall fall out. I'll be doing like spots and stuff, and then also my shows in Glasgow, like Lincoln Laughs and stuff, will still be going on. And I've got Trigger Warnings on the 14th of August in McCool's, which you, Alex, will be appearing on as well, along with Bob Walsh, George Coppin. I've not even asked him, but I'm just going to say he's going to be on. I don't know. Benny Shakes, Mark Nicholas, Big Murphy, Kirsty's going to do it. Maybe you're doing it too, whether or not you're in Glasgow. And Jack and all probably, man. That's all the stuff I'll be doing, obviously.
Excellent, Jack. We've already seen your post-it notes.
Yeah, hopefully they'll help me out somehow, even though I'm kind of bricking it. But I'm doing a show at Just for Tonic at the Mash House in the Sniff of the Room from the 3rd till the 13th of August. It's called A Lefty's Guide to Why Everyone Hates Lefties. It's basically like a self-hating show about I'm a left-wing person, but I kind of can't stand most like ultra left-wing people nowadays. But just basically be talking about that, and it's not a completely dry, boring political show. There'll be like some kind of like in game kind of things in between it as well. And I've got a few spots for Roger Swift on the 3rd, the 4th, and maybe some more coming down the line around like the 10th as well. And I'm doing one of the trigger warning days as well, but I just don't know which one I'm doing it as well. So it's and I'll be begging venues like a whore to get me to like more spots somewhere down the line as well, because I think that's what everyone does in Edinburgh anyway.
If you're free at 6:15, I'll be booking for Awkward Question Time live. So
definitely, I'll be up for that. No problem, mate. Thank you.
Sweet. That sounds appealing because I can sort of relate to everything you've said about your show. I kind of feel the same way.
You're not to sound arrogant, but I've had a few people say it's a good idea. I just hope that it's put into practice well, if you get what I mean. Because I've got a fear it might be a bit shit.
Never know until you try. Never know
Exactly.
until you try. Ian Bowden, I saw that in the guide and thought it was a show about being left-handed.
Yeah, the person made that joke.
Oh, you know what that means then, Ian?
Rim shot. Denied.
Means no. So, yeah, sorry. Other people, Fringe, Kirsty, what about you? Are you doing?
Just doing a couple of compilation shows. So the 17th and 23rd in Batego does Brazil at 5:30. And we're just in talks. There's a group of us getting down to the Women Comedy Festival in Manchester in October doing Giggles from Glasgow, which is 5 of us. We're in talks, 6 of us, sorry, and we're in talks about maybe doing a few nights at the Fringe as well. So we're looking at venues for that. So yeah, open to offers.
Ready to mingle. Maeve, what about yourself?
I'm just hopping on shows this year. So just doing as many as I can, I think. I think I'm doing a few hosting 1 or 2 Jimmy shows and stuff as well. So yeah,
Lovely.
Catch me everywhere at any time.
Excellent. And catch our new compilation show. No, he doesn't shit in the sink.
That'd be a total autobiography.
Yeah, that's yeah. Week 3 of the Fringe, anything goes. Faculty's gone completely out the window.
We don't know what it's going to take to get people into your shows.
That's true. That's true.
The question is, does he shit in a telephone box? Though that's the question that we might have answered at the end of the night.
That's a bloody good question. Right. We'll sign out by you showing us the floor, Jimmy, when we're finished. Viewer question from Ems Coombs. What's the worst thing you've eaten? Now, this could either be taken as a foodstuff that you dislike or something that isn't food that you've accidentally ingested. Or one or both. Because for me, goat's cheese is the devil's piss. I can't stand that stuff. That's one of the worst things I've eaten. I know that makes me sound middle class as fuck, but I didn't mean to. Worst thing, I think that is the worst thing. Goat's cheese is bloody awful. And avocados while we're at it.
It's got to be sweet corn for me.
Sweet corn. I know what you mean.
I genuinely, I do this as a routine, but it's a genuine fear that I have. I find it quite scary that sweet corn goes through you and leaves you without getting digested.
That's
that really terrifies me. Yeah. And also, I went into the town city centre yesterday, and I don't know if anyone else has these, but like there's kiosks. There's like people who have piping hot sweet corn for like £2 or £3. We got a few in Birmingham, right? And every time I walk past it, I genuinely dry heave. Like, I literally have to hold my nose, and then I got a whiff of it, and I just nearly puke out my guts. I just find the smell so disgusting. It's just terrifying.
Ems follows up this with the rich imagery in the phrase "olives are the devil's testicles." There's your book title.
Yeah.
I can tell you the worst thing I've ever eaten was when I came home from dancing and I was about 18 years old, steaming, and snuck into the kitchen and sat in front of the fridge because I was starving, had missed the Death Burger van, and opened up and there was chicken drumsticks in the fridge, and bit into them and realised it was the raw chicken drumsticks that I'd bitten into. Yes, not the cooked ones. So yeah, that was touch and go for about 3 days after that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
No, but I did have a bite before I realised. So yeah, that was pretty big.
No.
Plot twist, you did shit in the sink after that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to still. Well, you had the worst time trying to process that, but I'm trying to process the texture of raw chicken. I mean, that's. Do you think that's better or worse? Yeah, if we're talking about West Midlands heavy metal, do you think that's any better or worse than Live Bat?
I think slightly better, I'd like to think, but at the time I didn't feel it.
Because the Live Bat will be warm, at least. So, yeah. Yes, we are.
I feel if
having
you're
this
drunk, it's
conversation.
easier as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I did do that classic thing after a very heavy house party one night. Woke up with the most raging hangover and that horrendous thirst. Picked up what I thought was a glass of water. Downed it. It was neat vodka.
Oof.
No, I just got like one of those. That was just like a bit like that. I just went, oh,
right, okay.
Yeah. So it's for me, it was a fluid. I've just got. Has somebody got a house party going on next door? Because I'm just getting. I've got this base level throb that's now going on.
Probably the telephone box.
Probably.
People dying to go in.
Oh,
I
God,
know
it's not
I
the
once
silent
had,
disco, is it?
Worst thing I've ever eaten, I don't.
I once.
Specific. Well,
Yes, go on, mate.
I once, you know, in like all those American shows where they drink out of they drink like orange juice out of the carton or like milk straight out of the carton. I did that at my house when I was about like 10 once, and I grabbed orange juice that was about 4 months out of date. So I had a big slug of it, and just this absolutely like this gigantic furry mold crawled into my mouth. And I haven't done that since. Yeah. It was horrifying. So a good lesson about not doing what you see on TV.
No, I think 4 months. I'm thinking, wouldn't it start to ferment? But no, it just started to grow hair. Hairy orange juice.
Yeah.
Hairy orange
Yeah.
juice. I did accidentally turn iced tea into booze this week because it was that hot. Because I keep saying this again. I'm not middle class, but I do drink iced tea. It's nice when it's hot. So I made this fruit stuff, but I made it with some like frozen summer berries, and then came in after a gig and saw this white foam at the top. I thought, shit, that's starting to ferment. So I tried a glass, and after one day, it was roughly the same strength as lager. So I was completely hammered. So I've got the whole hog now. I've added a shed load of sugar and yeast to it, and it's been bubbling away. So I'm brewing alcoholic iced tea, and it's going to be pretty potent. So yeah, I'm now in the home brew business. So let's go for a process of elimination. Who the next door party culprit is? Let's mute mics. So hang on. So we'll start with. Oh dear, I think it's Maeve. Unmute. Yeah, have a tinker
It's
with
silence
your.
around me.
That's mad. StreamYard, I want a word with your manager. How bizarre.
I can close the window, but there's no noise from the window.
Unless it's Jim Core. He's trying to get in touch.
The voices inside are coming out, yeah.
They are, yeah. George Coppins.
I can mute
Sprouts.
myself until I'm talking if you want.
Okay, cool. That's cool. There we go. Okay. Jack's muted himself. Don't all mute yourself, because that would defeat the object of the podcast then. That's oh dear. Okay, Maeve's accidentally gone. There we go. George hates sprouts. You didn't eat your greens. That's why you didn't grow up big and strong, George. Ashley Partridge, dog and cat. Don't tell me you've eaten dog and cat, Ashley. Was that related to something else? Probably cat in Japan or dog in Japan. He's eating dog and cat. Okay, at least it wasn't in this country. So that was something. Maeve's back.
Whee!
Hey. Just go. Yes, sign language. That's what we need now. Sign language. Don't say it in. Don't say it in. Your mum. You said it, Ian. You said it. Which links nicely into M's one about olives being the devil's testicles. So I think that about wraps things up because we're almost at the hour. So after the show's done, we are going to Ashley Partridge, George Coopin eats dwarfs. I've heard. Coopin. That's now your stage name, George. You're George Coopin. So we're going to record a bonus question just before the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast, the bonus question will now appear thanks to the wonderful sound effects of a harp. Want to edit that in? That'll be great. And now we've come out of the bonus question. It's with hilarity on the interview. Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I'm simply tempted to play with my other sound effects. If you just said A. No, I shouldn't do that. I should upload some of the guilty pleasures that we had from earlier on. So we'll go around everyone to see if you've got anything to plug. We've already plugged our various Edinburgh things, but if there's anything else that you need to talk about, even if it is just your socials, Kirsty, we'll start with you.
Yeah. Instagram is Kirsty Lynch 621, and I'm on Facebook as well, just as Kirsty Lynch. And as I say, the group of us coming to the Manchester for the Women in Comedy Festival. We'll be down there on the 7th of October, and it's Diggles Fae Glasgow. So come and see us.
Cool. Jimmy from the phone box, like Jenny from the block.
I'm Jimmy Jock on Facebook. I was Jimmy Jock on fucking Instagram, but it got hacked last year and I've still not got a new one. Still Jimmy Jock on Twitter. And I'm only using Facebook and Twitter because I'm 46, man. Like, I need to get more fucking socials. But I hit me up on either of those and come and see my stuff.
If you want to feel ancient, get on TikTok. That's how I feel.
Man, I've had enough psychedelic drugs over the years, man. Like,
yeah, you don't need that. You don't need to see some git stealing somebody's dog. Jack.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok as Ducking for Cover there. I mean, I need to actually try and think of a better name because obviously mine's not in it, and people keep telling me you need to put your name in it, and I just didn't listen to it for some reason. I've literally just uploaded a new video as my character, Yorkshire Spider-Man, so you want to watch that if you want to. But
we just like the concept, so the video would be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's all about how he never met his dad and things like that, and his dad might be a certain famous DJ from Yorkshire. So if you want to watch it, be my guest. I only got about 2 views on it, so I need about a few more. So that's my stuff. Socials, Ducking for Cover.
Nice one. Maeve, anything to plug?
I'll be up in Edinburgh, but my Instagram is Maeve Like Wave, and I think I'm that on Twitter as well. So Maeve _like_wave.
Cool. The background noise has stopped, so leave yourself on mute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just to round up some comments, George Coppin, great show, guys. George Coopin is my upper class stage name. Martin Carrick wades in the 11th hour with anyone who puts pineapple on pizza needs to get a kicking. Seriously. I won't be coming to your pizzeria anytime soon. Ems Coombs. Shh, boy. I don't know who she's talking to. Ashley Partridge, I've got no idea what he's on, but these are the last 4 messages from him. Any of you guys or girls on Zoom, you made that sound like, hello, would you like some sweets? I don't know who Jimmy is. You don't need to do that at the 11th hour. Just do it. Who are you? To one of the panel. Alex is 53 on Earth this week. Happy birthday, son. I'm 39. I'm not 50. And then says, everyone, good night, God bless, have fun soon. I've got a funny feeling Ashley is now passed out in a pool of his own drill. Just by what we've had from all of that. So we're off to go and record the bonus question. The bonus question will be the text message that I've just received, that I've just seen. So if you sent that question, listen to the podcast. We'll answer it on there. But for now, we'll say thanks again to my panel tonight. Jack Harris, Kirsty Lynch, Jimmy Lomia, and Maid Buffet. Jimmy, who are you? And until next Sunday night at 8:30.